makeup to.
Hey guys, so I realize I look kind of crazy right now. I'm not really like in my normal setup for when I record. You see like this background you guys usually don't see. So like over here, that's my ring light and my soft boxes and my tripod to sit my camera on and stuff. So right now I'm sitting in front of like my vanity. And I am recording a makeup look today, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to film quite yet. So first thing I'm going to do is just like practice on one eye first, and then once I get the look down that I want on my eye, I'll put up like the original setup so you guys can see it a little bit better than this, because my lights are not like as bright for you guys to see what's going on. But I just wanted you to know like that's what I'm doing first. And then when I get it done, I'll be back. I keep looking over because I'm looking at the screen to make sure I'm like in focus. But yeah, so once I get a look down, I'll be back. Hey guys, so this is the look that I've come up with for my eyes so far. So I used a few, well, yeah, I used 2 new products. So those are the products that you will see me use today in today's tutorial. So if you want to know how I got this look, just go ahead and keep on watching. We're just going to go ahead and jump on into it. So the first thing I'm going to jump into is this Morphe palette. This is the 35OM palette. And I'm just going to dip in my brush into these 2 shades right here as my transition color. So I'm going to use the Sigma E40 brush. So when I was trying to create this look today, it honestly was supposed to be like something around like a burgundy more so shade with a little bit of pink and red, but you know, it ended up becoming something with purple, so I'm just going to roll with it. Just taking this back and forth motions, and I'm bringing it into the inner part of my eye. Since this is going to be a cut crease, just want to make sure that all the colors are connected and well blended out and distributed across my eyes very well. So I'm just going to keep blending that out to make sure we have a nice transition between the shades. Next, we're going to go into the Morphe 35C palette. That is the one with a bunch of the different shades in it. So I'm going to switch brushes. Okay, so actually I'm not going to go into that Morphe palette just quite yet. I'm going to go back to the 35OM palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is this bottom deep, I want to say deep orange shade, and I'm going to tap into it lightly because this color is very pigmented, so I don't need that much of the color, just a little bit. So I'm going to take that with my Morphe R39 brush, which is like this. It's more of a detailed brush, and it helps blend certain areas very well. So I'm just going to take that right into my crease very lightly. Just go back and forth. And you know, make sure that you bring that shade into the inner part of your eye as well, because we want to make sure this is an all over cut crease look. Next, I'm going to jump into that Morphe 35C palette. I'm going to jump into these shades right here. So I'm going to stay around this shade line, which is this sort of, it's not really as red as this one, but it's a little bit more on the pink red side. So I'm going to stay into this shade, this one, and this one. And I'm also going to dip into a little bit of this grayish black color right here. It's not as black as this one, but it's a little bit more on the grayish side. So I'm just going to go back and forth in between those colors until I get to this purple shade how I have over here. Blend all those reds and purples together, and then if you add a little bit of that black grayish tone, that's when it starts to create this purple effect. So I want to make sure I'm bringing that all the way into the inner part of the eye, because when I go to cut my crease, you want to make sure that none of these colors disappear and that they're still there and visible everywhere. So just going to keep blending those, and I'm going to go back into that Morphe R39 brush. Just make sure I blend out everything so there's no harsh lines in between anything. This is more of a detailed blending brush. So when I want to get back onto the transition shade in the outer part of the eye, I'm going to go back into that Sigma E40 brush and just blend on the outer skirts to make sure that everything is nice and blended. And I like to hold, I'm using a mirror, and I like to hold it down because my eyes are kind of hooded. So if I was to blend like this, I basically I lose like every part of the eye that I'm trying to blend. So if I hold it downward like this, I can see each part of my eye very well to make sure I don't lose that cut crease. By the way, guys, my brows today, all brow powder from Gerard Cosmetics. I was like, what? Like, I can't believe I was able to fill in my brows with just a brow powder. I know it's like all messed up and whatnot, but I was like, that means that my brows are getting more full because I barely used any powder. Like I dipped my brush in there, I want to say 3 times. And that was like, and I still got full brows like this. Like, I was very excited. If you guys want to see a video on how I like fill my brows in with brow powder, let me know in the comments below because I would definitely do that for you. So to cut my crease today, this brush has already been used. Honestly, I don't really know where this brush came from. Flat, like synthetic brush that I have that's really good for concealer as far as doing anything with concealer. So to cut my crease today, I'm going to use the Shea Moisture. I cannot talk today. Oh my god. I'm going to use the Shea Moisture concealer, and I believe that this is in the shade Tan. They don't even have the shade names on here, but it's one of the lightest ones. It's in the shade Tan. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it onto the brush. It's a very oily concealer. I don't really like it that much on my face, but I mean, it does the job. It depends on what you pair it with, and sometimes it works. So go ahead and cut the crease. Again, holding the mirror downward so I can actually see. Alright, so now that I have the crease nice and cut, I'm going to go ahead and put this concealer away. I'm going to go into this Ben Nye banana powder right here. And I'm going to take this nice thick shadow brush, and I'm just going to set this concealer to make sure that it doesn't budge before I make it to my lid with my lid color. So I'm just going to take it very lightly, not too much because we don't want it to just be way too thick on the eyelid since I'm already going to be applying another shadow. So I just want to make sure it's nice and set so that the concealer isn't transferring and moving before I make it to the lid. So, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Smolder Cosmetics. You probably have. I mean, if you're on Instagram enough and you follow a lot of makeup pages, you probably have seen Smolder Cosmetics pop up on your channel, your feed, somehow, some way. So this is one of the loose shadows that I have from Smolder Cosmetics, so you guys can see it. That's what it like comes in. I spilled some. This is the shade Bronze Glow. As I drop it. This is the shade Bronze Glow. It's one of their loose glam dust. I wore one of the other ones, the pink gold one, on Instagram the other day. I did post a picture with it. So it comes with, like, you know, one of the little pieces over it so that none of the powder comes out. And once you take it off, it does come out if you just tap it. So that's how it is right now. It just comes out of the container like so, and I just like to put it in the lid like this, which is how I did for the other eye. So they also have this Smolder potion, which it comes in a container like this, and then it also has like one of the little dispensers that you squeeze it and the drops come out. So this is a lot. Like, I thought it was gonna be smaller than this, but this is like a lot of product. So you shouldn't run out of this like quick at all, because I only use like 1 drop or 2 drops when I apply it. So it is the Smolder Cosmetics Smolder Potion, and what you do with it is when you have one of their loose glam dust, if you put in just like a drop or 2 in it, it just makes it it just makes it even more pigmented, and then it also gives it a foiled look, which is something that I am obsessed with. I'm sorry for my smoke detector, but I am very obsessed with the foiled looks on the eyelid, and that's what this potion does. It's freaking amazing. Like, I was so happy with like how it came out with the product. So You mix a few drops with your loose Glam dust. Also use these powders like on your face or on your lid, but I'm going to use it on my lid for now. So I'm just going to take 2 drops like so. So 1, 2, and that's really all you need. So I'm going to take one of these flat synthetic brushes, which is one that I've already used on my lid, as you can see right here. So all I'm going to do is take the brush and then I am just going to stir the product up. All I'm going to do is just stir the product. And you see how my brush is already like packed with product? Like, look at this. I want you to see this. Do you see that? Freaking gorgeous. So now I'm going to do is just pack that on my lid. You don't have to rub it. You can literally just pat it because that's just how pigmented it is. Like, a little bit of product goes such a long way. Like so. See how that like created like the perfect foiled look to my lid? Like, I live for foiled eyeshadows. Like, that's my dream one day, to have my own foiled line of shadows. Like, I would love to have that. So many beautiful colors you can make with these. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the liner. So I was like, I don't want to do just like a basic black liner, which I'm pretty sure this probably looks black, but it isn't. It is the LA Girl matte pigment lipstick, and it is in the shade Black Currant. So I just took a liner brush from Real Techniques and I just applied it as like regular liner because I didn't want black, and I was like, this look is already looking pretty purple, so let's go with purple. I didn't have purple liner, so this is what I will be using. The lashes that I'm using are from Beaute or Beaute. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And these are in the style Phoebe. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these. I'm also going to go ahead and do my face off camera. And then I will come back to you guys and finish up the rest. Alright? See you in a second. Okay, so since my lashes are now done, I'm basically complete with the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and hop into some blush just to put some more color into my face. So this is the Raisin Blush by MAC, and I'm just going to take this fiber brush. I'm just going to tap it lightly onto the apples of my cheeks. Now just to add a little color to my skin. I want it to be just sitting there on my face. So I like to go into my powder brush and just blend it out. Like so. I'm going to go into this MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and this is in the shade Beaming Blush. I love this highlighter. As you can tell, it is pretty used. It has the smudge look in there. So I'm also going to apply it with the Morphe M501 brush. So what I like to do with this highlighter to make it more intense is take some Fix Plus spray or any setting spray, you know, something just to give it a little more pizzazz. So all I do is I just take the Fix Plus spray and I just spray it into the pan. Just like 2 squirts just to make it a little bit more moist. Then I'm going to take the Morphe brush and I'm just going to wipe it in there very well, you know, get the brush nice and coated like so. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my face. You know, it's very pretty. Because I want to make sure that I don't look super cakey or super powdery, I'm going to go back into the MAC Fix Plus spray. This is actually the Charged Water Skin Hydrating Mist, but I really like it on my face, and I like how it like rejuvenates my makeup, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that as well. You know, pretty much just bathe in it. now I'm going to go into my lip to finish off this look. So I actually want to leave my lips pretty natural as possible. So I'm just going to go into this MAC Cork lip pencil. Just want to make my lips as natural looking as possible. Not really. And then I'm going to go into this NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Fortune Cookie. You know, and just leave the lips kind of natural looking, not too much color because my eyes are already doing a lot, and so is this hair, so I want to make sure that I didn't add too much to the face, you know. This completes this look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. I know it was kind of quick and to the point, sorta. But yeah, if you really enjoyed this video, please let me know by commenting below. Make sure you thumbs up the video as well if you really liked it. If you have any suggestions or things that you would like to see me record next, just let me know. I would definitely love to film whatever for you guys because that's what I really enjoy doing. So just let me know. If you are not already, and if you are a new person tuning into this video, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Let's grow this fam out. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.